Coming up on Whether or Not, how can you detect an earthquake in the palm of your hands? Also, we have a story featuring how materials from a building can prevent the spread of air pollution. Also, Brian is here with a feature on tornadoes in Pennsylvania. And of course, Ann is in the studio to bring you your latest forecasts. All that and much more, because Whether or Not starts right now. Thanks for joining us here on Whether or Not. I am your host, Michael Priante.
I'm your forecaster, Ann Rodden.
Well, Ann, we just had a great day on Monday. Temperatures reached 60 degrees here at University Park, and March 1st was the start of meteorological spring, so hopefully it'll start getting warmer around here.
Yes, unfortunately, that is not the case for us here in State College this weekend. We are seeing some precipitation in the mix, but we might get a little bit warmer later.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was really looking forward to those warmer temperatures. Is there any possibility that we might get warm after this cold snap?
Yeah, we are seeing some higher temperatures above normal, well above normal into next week, but I'll have more on that later in your forecast.
Well, that's great to hear. Thanks for that. We'll tune in later. But right now, let's jump into some excellent nature in the news stories. "10 years after a law was adopted to stop the spread of illegal fish supplying in Japan, bluegill fish have been reported by an undergrad from the Tokyo University of Marine Science and Technology as he was walking past an outdoor public pool. The fish were seen swimming with the pool pit before it was drained for its daily cleaning. Usually these facilities are closed to the general public during the colder seasons, but that unfortunately did not stop an individual or group of individuals from illegally dumping the invasive species into the pool water. It was later concluded by researchers that the bluegills were released by either a local fish shop or an aquarium owner who did not have room for the extra species. Despite the fact that these fish were isolated and not introduced to public waters, releasing an invasive species such as a bluegill into a habitat can lead to serious consequences for the local ecosystem.
A 3-week winter dry spell left the California snowpack at just 83% of average, a major setback for the state as it tries to break out of record drought. Californians depend on snowfall for a third of their water and hoped a strong El Niño system would deliver heavy snow and rain. After a wet December and January, sunshine and blue skies returned, bringing temperatures in the 90s to Southern California just last month. The state last year had its driest 4-year spell on record, leading the governor of California to order a 25% water conservation target for cities and towns.
Your smartphone may just be the next great seismograph. Scientists have developed a brand new smartphone application that has the potential to detect earthquakes using the phone's existing hardware. In theory, when the phone detects some movements, it will determine whether or not that was the result of a tremor. In this case, it will send a message to their local servers, which will then display the location and time of the event. The app will also house information from the United States Geological Survey regarding recent earthquakes in the immediate area. Tests were done using shake tables, which then simulated different types of magnitudes. They concluded that the average smartphone can detect earthquakes above 5.0 magnitudes within 10 kilometers. This technology will hopefully be used to help provide early warnings to multiple people in the future.
Air pollution is now the biggest global environmental killer, according to the World Health Organization. It claimed 7 million deaths in 2012, which was more than double previous estimates. Fortunately, buildings constructed with a new special material can remove pollutants from the air. A Mexican hospital coated 2,500 square meters with titanium dioxide coating that reacts with light to neutralize elements of air pollution. The design claims to eliminate the negative effects of 1,000 cars each day. A larger project in Italy called the Palazzo Italia plans to use similar materials that will cover more than 4 times the area of the Mexican hospital to eliminate air pollution. Thanks for joining us here on Whether or Not. I'm Rodden with your forecast this weekend. Thursday night, we're expecting some snow showers that will continue into our day on Friday. The bulk of the precipitation in terms of snow will hit us on the morning hours on Friday. So in terms of your commute on Friday, things are going to be a little bit more hazardous on the road. Just be aware of lower visibility and some slicker conditions as you're driving on commute on Friday. That snow will continue. It's pretty widespread across Pennsylvania. So most of the state will be experiencing that snow. Just below us, they're going to be having some rain, but because we're in more colder temperatures, that's going to be snow for us on Friday. But Friday night, that will start to clear out. By Saturday, that high-pressure system's making its way towards the State College area. So that means some cloud and sunshine for us here in Happy Valley. We are, however, tracking a weaker low-pressure system, a clipper system, just below us. It's going to be kind of skirting just below us on Saturday throughout the day. What does that mean for us? That'll be bringing some snow flurries in the mix, definitely for some southern portions of Pennsylvania and towns like Johnstown. I wouldn't be surprised if we got some showers, and even here in central Pennsylvania, if we got some flurries from that clipper system just passing us on Saturday. But by Sunday, beautiful skies, a mixture of cloud and sun on Sunday as that high-pressure system just dominates over the New England region. So a beautiful day for travel if folks are heading out for your spring break on Sunday. In terms of high and lows, Friday a high of 35 degrees, morning snow showers continuing throughout the day. Things are going to be clearing up a little bit on Friday night, just some mostly cloudy sky coverage, a low of 22 on Friday night. A little bit warming up on Saturday, high of 37 degrees, partly sunny conditions. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some flurries in our region, but mostly that greater chances in the afternoon on Saturday for those flurries. Saturday night, however, we dip down to 25 degrees, mostly cloudy for your Saturday night overnight. But Sunday, again, same story, 37 degrees predicted for your high on Sunday, partly sunny conditions. Beautiful day for travel, like I said, for that wonderful spring break. But now here's Brian Mastro with a feature on tornadoes across Pennsylvania.
This week marked the beginning of meteorological spring, which means warmer weather is on the way, but it also means severe weather season is fast approaching as well. Just last week here in Pennsylvania, we recorded 2 tornadoes for only the second time in state history during the month of February, which means tornadoes can and do happen here in Pennsylvania.
When most people think about tornadoes, they don't think about Pennsylvania. They usually think about the plain states or the southern states such as Oklahoma or Alabama. However, they do happen here in Pennsylvania. Here in Pennsylvania, we average about 12 tornadoes per year. The biggest outbreak in Pennsylvania's history occurred on May 31st, 1985, when 21 tornadoes were reported across the state, including 12 of which were EF3 or greater strength, including one EF5 tornado. In total, the tornadoes killed 75 people that day and injured nearly 800. Since 1975, there have been a total of 12 tornadoes reported here in Centre County, including one just last year on April 20th of 2015. So while it is not an annual event by any means, tornadoes do happen here in Centre County, and Penn State University is looking to get more prepared for severe weather. Students from Penn State's Emergency Management Club have been working all year with the Office of Emergency Management and the Office of the Physical Plant in order to produce a map of campus outlining which buildings on campus are suitable storm shelters.
The Emergency Management Club spent a few weeks total inspecting all of these buildings, trying to see whether these buildings had a basement or not, an appropriate basement. And so all the buildings that are labeled green right on this map here were inspected by the Emergency Management Club.
There are a plethora of outdoor events that take place on University Park campus, and in order to maintain its certification as a storm-ready university, Penn State needs to have a plan in place for all of these events in the event of severe weather. This storm shelter map will help facilitate that plan in order to tell students where to go in the event of any tornado or severe storm.
This tool is a quick and easy way for people all across campus to see where exactly they can go in the unlikely event of a tornado or an otherwise severe thunderstorm.
While events like the 1985 tornado outbreak are rare here in Pennsylvania, the university is not taking the threat lightly and are prepared for the severe weather threat.
With this particular advance with the Tornado Shelter Project, I am confident that Penn State is more ready than ever when dealing with extreme weather conditions like tornadoes and severe thunderstorms.
We hope that all of you are able to enjoy the warmer weather that is coming our way this spring and summer and are able to stay safe from any severe weather. For Weather or Not, I'm Brian Mastro.
Well, thank you, Brian, for that feature. Luckily, tornadoes aren't in the mix for us, your forecast for this weekend and into next week. But let's take a look at what is in terms of your forecast for Friday. Like I said, just a recap. High of 35 degrees. That's snow showers in the mix for us on Friday, especially the heaviest of that will be Friday morning, dipping down to 22 degrees on Friday. For Saturday, high of 37 degrees, partly sunny. That chance of slight flurries in the mix for the afternoon on Saturday, dipping down to 25 degrees. Again, likely starting for their high on Sunday. 37 degrees, partly cloudy conditions, and your low for 29 on Sunday night. Take a look at your beautiful, beautiful week next week for your Penn State spring break week. I'll tell you, it looks beautiful to be out there enjoying those your break. Take a look at that average line. All the temperatures are just above that. Even Wednesday, things look to be about almost close to 60 degrees. We are hoping no rain in the mix for next week, so that's another beautiful thing. But Monday, things are going to start to increase a little bit by Wednesday and dip just a little bit down by Friday. But again, beautiful, beautiful conditions. Sunny skies on Thursday as well. Conditions are going to be a little bit towards cloudy on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Well, thanks, Ann, for that forecast. Wow, next week's looking to be warmer than this week. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's right, Michael. Fortunately, we do have to get through this weekend with some cold and mixed precipitation this weekend on Friday before we head into those warmer temperatures next week.
All right, well, we'll just have to wait and see how the weather pans out. But for now, let's look at your Weather Whiz quiz. Earlier in the show, we asked you, the snowiest March on record in State College occurred in 1942. How much snow fell during that month? Was it A, 22.5 inches, B, 30 inches, C, 47.5 inches, or D, 53.5 inches? If you guessed C, you are correct. So far this winter in State College, we've only received 16.3 inches of snowfall. Now compared to that month of March where we had 47.5 inches of snow, that's a huge, drastic difference.
Yeah, this weekend we're going to see a couple of inches of snow. Even adding to that, our total for the entire winter, that still won't even come close to what they had in March for just 1 month in 1942.
That's right. It just goes to show how even 1 or 2 snowstorms in the month of March can bring our total drastically up. But we will be experiencing warmer weather, and here at Penn State, we're going to be going on spring break. And I know a lot of people are going away for spring break.
I certainly am. I'm going to be experiencing temperatures up in the 80s, upper 80s. I'm going to be in Cancun, Mexico.
Well, that's really exciting. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I'll be going back to my home in New Jersey and we'll be experiencing temperatures in the 50s and 60s, but I'll take that for granted. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to Weather or Not. I'm your host, Michael Priante.
And I'm your forecaster, Ann Rodden. Have a fabulous weekend.